Hi everybody, welcome back or welcome to the channel. It's your boy Wicked T, and today we are doing the end of month vlog for May 2026. I was just looking over the video Dustee sent me for his archaeology review for May, and I think he said 2025 at some point. I apologize for that in advance. So it's been a pretty standard month. This will probably come out in June since the 31st is a Sunday and I have everything up to the 30th already done and ready to post. So yeah, this will probably come out in early June. So we did 4, 8, 12. We did 15 or 16 videos last month, or this month. It'll be last month when I post this. But yeah, some of them, the Taskbar Heroes video did very well. I don't know why. People kept asking me questions about it, and I didn't know the answer to. I kept suggesting either talking to the devs or Steam support. But yeah, I keep catching Dustee playing it still. He's getting pretty far in it, so it's really cool to see. Yeah, otherwise it was a pretty standard month. Started getting warm again here in Canada. But otherwise, that's it. I'll put Dustee's archaeology review in now, and then I will get back to you. See you in a bit. Hi everybody, welcome back or welcome to the channel. It's your boy Dustee, and today we're doing our archaeology review for May 2026. And our first one is sculpture found in Croatian cave depicts Greek theater mask. Croatia Week reports that a terracotta head shown wearing a Greek theater mask has been uncovered in a southern Croatia's Chrono Chezuro cave. The sculpture has been dated to the 3rd or 4th century BCE and was likely made and hung on a wall. So as you can see, here's the cave. Looks like they did some digging, and then this handsome gentleman behind me, I don't even know if you can see. You should be able to see him. I'm mostly in the dark spot here, so you should be able to see part of him at least. This handsome gentleman here is what was found. I thought that was pretty cool. Other evidence in the cave has been used that was used as a sanctuary from the 4th to the 1st century BCE includes luxury imported Greek pottery such as amphoras, bowls, and canthario or drinking cups, as well as locally produced pottery that may have been left as a votive offering. So the cave was very heavily used. And we had this, and they found this guy in it. So I thought that was really cool. Next we have 1500-year-old burial uncovered in Mexico. According to a Greek reporter, 8 burials and 47 ceramic vessels were found in a tomb in Tula, an archaeological zone in central eastern Mexico. During the investigation conducted by researchers from Mexico's National Institute of Anthropology and History, in advance of Mexico City's Querétaro passenger train. So I kind of figured this was going to be in relation to either some construction or the some sort of train system that was supposed to connect Mexico with some parts of South America, other parts of South America. Burials were uncovered at a possible residential complex dated to between 225 and 550 ACE. The 8 burials were discovered in a shaft tomb in the northern side of the residential room. 6 of the bodies had been placed in a seated position and ceramics offerings arranged around their feet. One burial also contained small shell ornaments and fragments of pendants made of mother of pearl. So this is the shaft, and as you can see, there is a burial at the bottom. This person was probably seated in a seated position, and further in is some more grave goods. This is one of the ceramic vessels they found. So yeah, they're finding more and more cool stuff down in Mexico, which is always fun. Next we have ancient stadium of Pergae was remodeled for Roman entertainments. First century ACE stadium in ancient city of Pergae was converted to an amphitheater and used for executions involving wild animals during the 3rd century. Hurrit Daily News reports. Located in southwestern Turkey, Pergae was founded by the Lucians in the 12th century BCE and was later inhabited by Greeks. The stadium originally measured 800 feet long. Then, to make the structure suitable for Roman-style entertainment, the northern section was enclosed to form an arena. There are underground chambers where animal bones were found. Animals were likely kept there and lifted up into the stadium, or into the arena, not the stadium. And it was because of the elongated shape of it, it was probably popular for chariot racing as well, they suspect. But yeah, it's interesting how all these old provincial stadiums were all converted into Roman-esque arenas, just for executions, gladiator games, combat, things of that nature. It's amazing how many of these local territorial spaces were used like this after Rome took over. It's kind of crazy. Next we have lost notebook found in medieval toilet. Yikes. La Brula Verde reports that German archaeological team under the supervision of the, I'm not even going to try to pronounce that, LWL, recovered an exceptionally well-preserved notebook from a medieval toilet in the federal state of Northern Rhine-Westphalia. The discovery was made during the construction of a new administrative headquarters in the city of Paderborn. The 4 by 3-inch book contains 10 wooden tablet pages coated in wax, onto which the object's owner etched writings using a metal or bone stylus. The volume was also carefully protected by a leather cover and was stamped with a motif of lilies. So as you can see, here is the latrine they are digging up, and this is the notebook they found in it, which is kind of cool. And that's a unique way to make a notebook, wooden tablets with some wax on it to write in. It's possibly owned by a wealthy merchant, making short notes for commercial transactions and a record of personal reflections before being accidentally dropped into the latrine. That's funny. That's a funny one. Look at look at all the corpelites. Gross. Poop digs are not nice. Not nice at all. Next we have mysterious ancient tunnels discovered beneath Jerusalem streets. According to a statement released by the Israel Antiquities Authority, archaeologists unearthed a mysterious tunnel beneath the streets of Jerusalem. During construction work near Kibbutz Ramat Rachel, workers unexpectedly discovered the entrance to an ancient cavity measuring 16 feet high and 10 feet wide that was once accessed via a rock-cut staircase. Oh. I didn't notice that in any of the pictures. But that could be it here, where it comes down. It's definitely worn and covered in debris. As you can tell, there is a lot of stone over top of the tunnel entrance. This is to access underground springs, but this was subsequently ruled out since the walls of the tunnel were not covered with plaster, as they typically would. Okay, so it's not a spring. It's not a spring. So there's been no evidence as to why it was used. Oh, I thought they said something about that, but no evidence to why it was made. Because usually, apparently, they plastered in the ones with the springs, but not this one. So they're not quite sure what this is for, which is interesting. Next, we have Scythian tomb unearthed in Moldova. According to Mold Press report, a Scythian tomb dated to the 3rd century BCE has been discovered by archaeologists from Moldova's National Archaeological Agency. The tomb, made up of access shafts, a corridor, and a burial chamber, were found during rescue excavation in a necropolis at Gura Bukalu in East Moldova. The burial contained ceramic vessels, arrowheads, beads, a sheathed knife, a censer, and worked stone that may have been used as an altar. They suspect the ceramic censer is to be a rare type and helped the researchers date the tomb. Now, I'm not quite sure what a censer is. I know what it is in the modern sense of the term, but I'm not sure what it is archaeologically. I've never seen one. I still haven't seen one. It doesn't look like they have pictures of it here, although I'm not sure what this piece of ceramic is. I know these are vessels, but this is a fairly large something. So I'm not quite sure what that would be. But yeah, it's interesting that they found it during a rescue. So it's pretty interesting that people keep finding stuff like this. I mean, they knew the necropolis was there, but they hadn't found this particular tomb until now. So it's pretty cool. Next we have copper part from illicit 19th century still discovered in Scotland. According to the Herald Scotland report, National Trust of Scotland archaeologists, assisted by volunteers, recovered a piece of copper alloy from a stone structure in the Highland Scotland's Ben Lawry's National Nature Preserve that may have been used to distill whiskey in secret to avoid paying taxes that had been levied beginning in the 1780s. So, a illegal moonshine still. Oh, that's funny. But this is supposedly a collar, a copper collar for the still. And it's hidden up here among all this debris and stone and wood. So it was probably a little shed or outbuilding that was converted into a still after the taxes were levied, and so they figure that it was dropped while the still was being dismantled before the authorities found it. So it's pretty cool. Apparently the building was rigged to collapse when they pulled something, so the whole building would come down, and the authorities would have nothing to check. But yeah, it's pretty cool. I thought that was awesome that they had illicit stills in Scotland, of all places. I figured they'd have whiskey coming out of everywhere. Next, we have Lamb of God coin issued by desperate English king found in Denmark. The Viking Herald reports that 2 rare English Lamb of God coins were recently unearthed in Jutland. During the 11th century, English monarchs undertook various initiatives to try to ward off seemingly unending Viking attacks. Around 1009, King Ethelred the Unready even minted unusual coins in the hopes of obtaining divine protection. The objects featured the lamb and the cross on one side, and a Christian motif alluding to Christ's sacrifice, and a dove on the other, a symbol of the Holy Spirit. Not only did these coins fail in their objective, they became somewhat coveted by Viking raiders who collected them and occasionally took them back to Scandinavia. Around 24 have been found across the region. Most were pierced with holes, suggesting Vikings actually wore them around their necks like pendants. So there was another picture here. As you can see, there's the lamb and the cross down here. And there's the dove, and they have holes. You can see the holes in them. There was another picture of this one, close-up of this one. So I didn't bother putting it in since it's on here as well. But yeah, it's pretty cool that that kings in England were minting money to try to get to gain God's favor to protect them from Viking raids. I suppose that would work if the Vikings were Christian as well. But since they weren't, it probably didn't help at all. I like how they kept them as pendants, though. That's hilarious. Next, we have researchers analyzed Roman keepsakes from Hadrian's Wall. According to a Live Science report, a new study of the Berlanga Cup, a 1900-year-old bronze vessel discovered in Spain, suggests that its decorations depict Hadrian's Wall, which is located 1,200 miles away from where the cup was discovered. So this is the cup, and this is a picturesque image of Hadrian's Wall. I'm assuming this is a garrison location because it looks like it's squared in. So the wall was initially built to keep the Celts and Picts of Scotland out of Roman England, but it hit and miss. And I mean, look at the size of the wall. Doesn't look that big. I mean, it's probably been shattered and used for fieldstone since then, but who knows? Where was I? The copper, tin, and lead making up the bronze was likely sourced from mines of northern England, and indicated the cup was made near Hadrian's Wall between 124 and 199 ACE. Researchers suggest the cup may have been owned by someone who had been a soldier in the cohorts, first Calaborium, and lived in the ancient settlement of Valencia. So the soldier moved from Valencia in one of these outposts down to Spain, where the cup was located, which is kind of cool how things travel. And lastly, we go back to Scotland for scientists explore Neolithic Crannog in Scotland. According to a statement released by the University of Southampton, a crannog in shallow waters of Loch Brolgrestil in Scotland's Isle of Lewis has been evaluated by researchers of the University of Southampton and University of Reading with a technique called stereophotogrammetry, which involves stitching together photographs taken at different angles to create a high-resolution 3D model. The study determined that the structure began as a circular wooden platform measuring 75 feet in diameter. It was topped with brushwood. Neolithic pottery was also discovered in the area surrounding the crannog, enabling archaeologists to date the first construction of the island to 5,000 years ago. Some 2,000 years later, during the Middle Bronze Age, another layer of brushwood and stone were added to the crannog. Then during the Iron Age, about 1,000 years later, a stone causeway was built to connect the artificial island to the loch shore. The causeway is now underwater. So here is the base layer of wood that they put down. I'm assuming that's over here in this water, or actually maybe right there. So then they put more brush. So it's the crannog is basically an artificial island built by Stone Age people. Neolithic people. And then it was added upon in the Bronze Age, and again, this causeway was added in the Iron Age so that people could get to this island. Now, I can't remember why a crannog was built. I mean, people wanted a safe place to stay. So building an island would be safer than building on the shore, where they could be set upon by animals or other people. So I guess that's why they did this, and it looks shallow enough that they could probably walk out there and drop the stuff off and then just sort of build it up as they went. But yeah, it was, I thought this was really interesting in the fact that you could see the causeway even though it's underwater now. It was amazing. I love this image. This whole image is so good. And that is it for May. If you enjoyed this, drop a like, leave a comment down below, and subscribe. It's free, helps out the channel, and I will catch you all in the next one. Bye-bye. Well, I hope everyone enjoyed Dustee's archaeology review. It was quite an interesting one. Especially the article that he found about the notebook in the latrine. That was hilarious. But yeah, like I said, pretty standard month this month. 15, 16 videos done. A couple good ones. A couple got some good views, but honestly, the best one was the Taskbar Heroes one last week there, and it was on fire, man. Technically last week, since it's Sunday now. But yeah, it was had some pretty good views. Otherwise, yeah, it's like I said, pretty standard month. My niece Trinity's birthday was this past Friday, and my father's birthday was yesterday, Saturday. I can't remember. It was recently, and I wished him happy birthday, but we didn't really do anything for him. But yeah, I think my brother-in-law's birthday was the first of the month, and maybe my nephew's. I can't. There were a lot of birthdays this month. I can't keep them all straight. But yeah, Yeah, that was it for May. Hopefully June's about the same. I mean, it's already getting hot and rainy, which is good, I guess, if you're a farmer. You don't want too much rain, but you want enough to keep things growing. Um, and I'm trying to get some more drink flavors. Although GameHive.gg, where I've been getting all my G Fuel samples, their website is not up anymore at the moment. Well, they restructure, is from what I heard last on X, Twitter, whatever it is. So unfortunately, I can't get any G Fuel right now, but I'm gonna try to get some other stuff. We'll see what happens when I get my income tax back. But yeah, that's been it for May. If there's anything else you guys want us to discuss or do in these monthly vlogs, let us know down in the comments. Leave a like if you enjoyed it, and subscribe. It's free. Helps out the channel. I think we're up to 165 again. It keeps fluctuating up and down when YouTube takes off out the bots. Because there'll be accounts that subscribe and they've only been active for a couple of days and then they're gone. So I don't know what happens to them. But yeah, subscribe. It really helps out the channel, and I will catch you at the end of the next month. Bye-bye.